Secretly who loves you, but knows that you'll never reciprocate.
Well, you remember what happened to the last one?
Wait, oh, that's right.
Yeah, she's fucking dead.
You didn't like her because she was ugly.
No, it was more like I had a job to do. I had a job to do because Murphy kept doing shit that put me in danger.
And the gangly eyeball had nothing to do with it.
Had little to do with it.
You fucking lie.
Warning, Caffeinated Conquest features adult nerds using adult language. Seriously, don't say we didn't warn you.
Alright, so previously on Vampire the Masquerade, Mark Zantz convinced a bunch of pissed off werewolves to kill Drusilla, the one holdout who was demanding Murphy Fierro be brought to her in order for her to agree to Louis Fortier's meeting. Instead, after surviving the most epic death yo-yo I've ever seen in an RPG game, Murphy Fierro has completely fucked off out of the building, ladies and gentlemen, and now Betty Riverdale is a full-blown PC.
Nice mustache there.
It's a family trait. We're Italian.
What kind of Italian name is Riverdale?
She's adopted. It's gonna...
Then how did she get the genetic mustache?
My mother was Italian. My daddy, though, he was a good, nice little white boy.
Italians are white.
Yeah, but they're like dirty white, like Irish.
Goddamn.
It's okay, I'm Italian. You guys can unload. It's okay, nobody's gonna get pissed at us.
But no one here is Irish.
Well, I can't help it.
I know Irish people, and that counts.
No.
Alright, let's do this. So, right now, with the exception of Jeremy McNeil and possibly Salvador Garcia, the entire Anarch movement thinks that Murphy Fierro is dead. And that information might trickle over to the Camarilla lest you do something to change that. When in reality, we all watched him recede into the distance.
It's just better for people to think that he's dead.
So,
Welcome to the sunset, the sunrise.
for all intents and purposes, your mission of gathering the Primogen is finally complete. Everybody did refill a willpower for that?
Yep. I'm going to make sure I have a talk with Salvador and Mr. McNeil to ensure that...
Stays on the down low?
Yeah, to ensure that news of Murphy's demise is as factual as can be asserted.
You will find them to be a very similar mindset.
He died for the Anarch movement as far as everybody else is concerned.
Sure.
So what would you guys like to accomplish before we move on to the next night? Finally, the night of the meeting.
Feeding. Murphy Fierro drained me.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, you really are hungry, aren't you?
Oh man.
Let's just go out for a buffet real quick.
How about you?
It's like 7, so I could use a drink. But
Yeah, you're starting to get hungry yourself.
How much blood does it take to heal yourself?
It's one per one.
Yeah, it's 1 for 1.
Okay, I'm gonna go find my ghoul and I'm gonna see.
And is it aggravated damage?
Nope.
Okay. That would have taken like a month.
No, I'm gonna go find my ghoul. I'm gonna go have a talk to her, and I'm going to see what sort of friends she knows that might be to my palate.
Sure. So just to make this go a little bit more quickly, so we can actually continue on with the story, I'll let you guys, spend the rest of the night hunting. Is there other things that anybody wants to make use of?
are you trying to get ammo for that World War II gun?
No.
Okay, what? The World War I gun, dude. It's probably Springfield.
Can Jabril teach me quiet as 1 for the XP that I probably haven't ever spent?
Do you have 10 XP?
What?
Do you have 10 XP? Betty, first thing I'm going to teach you is to shut the fuck up.
Including last turn, I would, but
May go to the...
he says no, so.
I mean, because he could teach it to you, but you need 10 XP to actually get the first doc.
Right.
So, but if you would like to begin the first lesson, that's something that can happen.
First
Well,
thing first.
including the XP from last game, she doesn't have 4. She has like a bajillion because I've never spent any XP on it.
She's got like a bajillion.
She's gonna be like, she's already high.
How much XP did Murphy have?
XP saved up? He had, looks like 11.
It looks like.
I'll let you transfer Murphy's remaining XP over to her. How's that?
Sure. So I'll spend 10 for Quietest One?
Yeah. So how does the first? Well, so Murphy is gone. Like, do you guys even acknowledge that fact, or are you just like do a couple ding dong the witches?
I mean, I'm
ecstatic.
Yeah, I'm disappointed that I didn't get to kill him, but like I'm happy that like finally that headache's over. I can move on with my peaceful transition to this country.
Just Jibril have a skip in his step.
Oh, do you want a new suit? I promised you that last time.
Yeah, I'm just like.
No, I guess I turn to Betty as well if I'm going with Jibril at some point during the night and be like, do you need a new wardrobe as well? What do you dress like?
She probably has pantsuit.
Perhaps a facial wax?
Are you implying something?
I'm implying you're a very sturdy gal, ma'am.
I have a proud heritage. Don't you worry. Maybe a new little shirt would be nice, but don't worry too much. Do I look dirty? Would I be dirty from the desert?
Yeah, probably a little grimy.
Alright.
So you should probably change.
Probably.
Okay, no, change after we hunt. Cause
Yeah, we're gonna get bloody.
You're like, oh, I'm gonna get dirty again. Yeah, new clothes.
Anything Byrick wants to do?
I mean, if we're all hunting outside of that, no, not really.
Okay. So I'll let
have
you
a
guys.
bonding experience.
I'll actually let you guys refill your blood pool because if things go the way I expect them to, hee hee ho ho ha ha, they never do. And I lost my pencil. It will matter exceptionally little.
9th generation is 14 blood points, right?
It is on my screen. 9th generation is 14 blood
Okay,
points.
cool.
Oh wait, 7th is 20, right?
7th gen is 20. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, he's an elder. You're an elder, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Lucky bastard.
You're old.
I think I am the oldest one.
It's because you're Canadian.
What was it, 10 generation?
And I won't apologize for it.
Your 10th gen?
Yeah.
10th gen is 13.
That just makes you a bad Canadian.
Never said I was Canadian.
Yeah, Byrick Ash is
Well,
also
you didn't
part
have
of your
to.
heritage.
You didn't have to. You have such strange mannerisms.
A.
Coming from the guy from, what? Zoroastrianism?
Yes.
Everything in this country is a strange tradition to you.
It is.
Like, what is this?
Well, like, why it's okay to just burn down buildings.
Okay, that's...
We have a long heritage going back to the Boston Tea Party.
Just woo!
Melinda,
Authority.
I don't know, it just reminds me of Melinda was watching Rush Hour 3 last night, and there's that one French cab driver. I will never be an American. I will never know what it's like to kill someone for no reason. I just imagine that's Jabril's perception of America.
He does not kill people for no reason, yes.
Remember, our non-American fans, if you come to Texas, you are owed a free handgun.
That's only if you become a citizen of Texas.
That is true. If not, we only give you the ammo.
You'll have to flick it at your friends. Don't flick it too hard, though.
Weed
Okay.
sticks, now welcome.
So, you guys hunt. You do your Eye of the Tiger with to get the first dot of
He
quietus.
teaches me to wax off.
And that wax on.
The night passes. You guys rise for the next night. Go ahead and split your blood.
I think a lot of it was just like quiet meditation, just shush, and then, but you're just like, but what about shh?
Repress everything in you that is Murphy Fierro.
Hey, you're no longer Italian.
You are no longer Italian.
I'm not shady.
I mean, like, your clan is only partly passed down from your side, right? Because otherwise there wouldn't be clanless.
Clanless is a genetic like freak out. It's like a mutation almost.
Yeah.
So anyway, the sun dips below the mountains again for a final night, and you all rouse. On this, the night of the historic meeting of the Primogen, where they will decide whether or not to stand with Don Sebastian. As you awaken, in Louis' mansion. You can see him as you emerge, sitting, arms folded and or hands folded, one leg crossed, just pensively gazing into the middle distance as the implications of tonight roil around in his head, and it looks like they're just bouncing around inside his skull like a pinball. The rest of you wake up at McNeil's. I assume you went home.
Yeah.
You guys wake up at McNeil's, and
It'd be strange if I woke up at McDill's anyway.
McNeil's got basically his standard Highlander bravado, turned on, and he's just got this stony face, like, I'm either gonna make a difference or I'm gonna make a difference.
And die trying.
What do you guys do?
I'm going to ask of Mr. Fortier if he needs any accompaniment to this meeting.
The meetings of the Primogen Musicians are not, how you say, necessarily open to the public, but it seems to me that if I could not see you, I could not stop you from going.
Walking.
Very well.
I'm gonna... Oh yeah, you're gonna tell Zahid that we can go back home.
I got him tired of these people.
Werewolf issue solved. New allies.
we reached an understanding.
Do I add the werewolf allies to my character sheet?
Maybe. Kind of. We'll talk. It's more like a...
Contact?
It's more like a contentious truce, a ceasefire, if you will, against your organization particularly.
Coterie or Camarilla?
Neither, just you and yours.
Okay.
You're your sort of oeuvre of influence. You don't fuck with us, we won't fuck with you.
Cool.
But Murphy's right outside of that.
Well, that was somewhat resolved when they realized how pathetic he was.
Take a look at him. He couldn't kill an elder.
In that case, I'm going to head to McNeil's because not being seen is not my specialty. However, I would like to know what is going on.
Are you going to bring the suit?
If you would,
Yes.
if you would appreciate the ride, I can arrange that. I am going to pick up Monsieur McNeil myself.
That would be a pleasure. Thank you, Mr. Fortier.
Pile into the limo. You take off eventually. Louis' limo. Are you going to head over to McNeil's tonight?
Might as well.
Okay. So I'm going to say you arrive slightly before Louis does.
That's impressive.
It is. Long legs. The limo sort of pulls up.
Fey magic.
You and Mr. Fortier, Fortier sort of straightens himself, and very much like the French aristocratic gentleman that he is, marches confidently straight to the door, knocks politely.
Has a white flag in his pocket just in case.
Ready for the guillotine.
The door opens as Mr. Fortier and Mark Zantz come strolling into the room.
I'm probably just getting out of a very nice, relaxing, cleansing bath.
Something you're not used to.
Yeah, it's just like... Now, how long has it been?
Mr. Jones, I have your suit with me.
Oh, thank you.
What does it look like?
Bat nipples.
It's the 40s, so probably like a corduroy kind of suit.
That's so uncomfortable. Okay. What color?
Brown and orange and yellow.
Ochre? You want to throw that in there too?
It's very fashionable for the time.
Yeah, I wore corduroys in high school.
Yeah, Bob, it was fashionable for the time.
It's a very spiffy suit.
Eye-catching. Perfect for an assassin.
Mr. Fortier will proceed to Mr. McNeil's office so the two of them may talk for a bit, leaving the coterie alone. What is Betty Riverdale doing at this point?
Betty's gonna follow her new mentor.
What about your old
I hope
man?
you weren't following me in the bath.
My old man follow you to bed?
To the bath.
To the bed? No. I mean, I could stand there like some sort of, I'll get whatever you want, Jimmy-sama.
Notice you'll be back.
Just dressed in full geisha regalia.
No, I will, I will mull over the lessons Mr. Jibril has taught me over the night about being, silent and observant, quiet like a mouse.
Yeah, thinking out your actions rather than just doing whatever comes to mind.
I feel like you're just digging at me.
I have a bit of a favor to ask of you, Mr. Jones.
Oh, of course.
I would like to know the goings-on of the meeting that is about to happen. However, being seen is not my specialty. I'm afraid I don't think I can talk my way into this one.
Actually, being seen is your specialty. Being unseen isn't.
And I suppose you want me to eavesdrop?
Yes.
Very well. How would I go about doing that?
What's your level of obfuscate? There you go.
Not great.
It's level 2 is enough to just move around.
Yeah, but I mean, the people in there have.
But they have to be looking for me.
They're gonna see you in that bright suit though.
I mean, let's be fair. Even without your obfuscate, you're still a fucking assassin. You can get in places unseen and unknown.
Hold triangle to unlock door.
Are you hiding in the haystack?
McNeil, why do you have this haystack? It's for my horses.
It'd be even better if he was like, cause I'm Scottish.
That's where I sleep when I pass out drunk.
I wasn't going there, but
It reminds me when I was at home.
That's where I lost my virginity.
This isn't Wales.
there we go. We can redeem ourselves in the eyes of the United Kingdom by making fun of the Welsh.
And their stupid spelling.
It is pretty stupid. Anyways, I'm assuming there's like a roof access, right?
Well, you don't know where the meeting is being held. I will tell you this. Mr. Fortier's limo is waiting outside. Doesn't apparently appear to be locked, but you know it's going to the meeting. If you wanted to stow away there, you could. If maybe perhaps you wanted to take one of McNeil's cars and follow at a safe distance, that's another option. But getting there is the first step.
Betty, how well can you drive?
I got a 1.
Not better than me.
I got a 1 in drive.
But you also have quietus.
So if we hit anything,
That would be hilarious. I'm just imagining the scene in the movie where your car is in the rear view mirror, and all of a sudden there's this massive fucking wreck, tumbles end over end, and it's all completely silent.
Well, this is the 40s. It's a silent movie.
We're actually seeing everything.
No, they had talkies from way back in the 30s.
Carlo, how well can you drive?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Firearms, but no.
I can ride animals.
Shall I fetch my carriage?
Yeah.
This is the.
I suppose I can just stow away.
Yeah, and
I can hide in their vehicle, and you can follow somewhere behind.
Very well.
So, into the trunk I go.
How do you get into the trunk without a key?
it composes your arm
like-
candy.
I already have a goal for that. Also, you're so stout. I imagine you have like a power lifter body.
She's a power bottom.
Can I get in through the back seat?
I have the appearance of 3.
I mean, obviously I know I can.
Right, but you don't leave a trail necessarily.
Give me the make and model of this car.
I don't know, and I don't care.
Because I don't even know if I need to like rip it off, or I could just like fold the seats up.
I don't. Did they have folding rear seats in the 40s? I don't think so.
I mean, if you wanted to take it out, because he's got a limo, right?
Yeah. I tell you what, we'll do this the standard way and give me a percentile roll.
74.
Unfortunately, no. There is no. You would have to rip it out.
You don't have any, what do you call that? Larceny?
I do not have larceny.
Really?
What?
That seems like a go-to. What happens when you got to get into places?
I can't just walk.
Like a real assassin.
Yeah, just walk in.
Does nobody here have larceny?
Nope.
Did Murphy?
Nope. I did.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch!
No, he didn't. Okay.
What would I want to do?
This quiet as your camel.
I just call
Quiet as the camel.
If you can eavesdrop on their conversation, I can drive you there.
Oh. Yeah, we could also do that.
And then we can make it a coterie thing.
But only with A team.
Only A team.
Am I the last
Yeah,
one? of the
you're
team?
you're the last of B team. You're a probationary member of A team.
You're A minus. A
A- team.
A minor.
Or B plus. I don't know.
No, you're a B plus.
Yeah.
Mainly because you are the best of B team.
Yeah.
So you're just gonna try and follow at a safe distance?
Yeah, if he can ascertain where they're going to be, I'm just gonna wait for them to leave for a bit, and then I'm gonna drive there.
I see. So you need information.
Yes, if he can eavesdrop on the conversation, my plan is to drive him there myself.
I can eavesdrop.
Are you willing to help?
I mean, I was probably gonna eavesdrop regardless.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, I was gonna listen on them too.
Are you part of the conversation?
I was probably listening.
Okay. Give me a dexterity stealth roll to try sort of sneak up on the conversation. Then you can listen.
Well, like, I assume it's behind closed doors.
Yeah, it's in his office, but nobody necessarily knows you're there.
Can you walk through shadows?
I can.
I have an idea for a thing, but we'll come to that later. It's gonna be your team combo jutsu.
Not a unison raid.
3 successes.
All right, I'll make him roll a little bit higher because, like you said, there is a closed door. All right, so you make it to the door, and you probably, like you said, you've been there from the very beginning. So you basically hear 48 enters the office, closes the door. Monsieur McNeil, you looking well heeled, if nothing else. Spare me the politeness, frog. Oh fuck, I have to do this again. I hate when they're fucking talking to each other.
Yay.
You think your primogen will bring anything out of this? The politics of the city do not sit well tonight. I fear that the recent death of Fierro may have instilled more fear in the prince than otherwise. Oh, aye. Well, you see, the rumor circulates. Now, I have no reason to believe this myself, but the young ones will talk as they talk, and there's the word that gets around, as there's most of them. It seems to be that Drusilla was found dead near a temporary haven with many of her ghouls, along with an unidentified pile of ash. The story has somehow found a way to twist itself into that Drusilla was protecting Fierro, and the prince, in retribution, used the lupines to enact his vengeance without it being traced back to him.
Oh man, that's awesome. Oh, I'm so glad my words are getting around.
I wasn't expecting anything less. Figures you Camarilla ass kissers and find some way to make up something that I don't even care. Let's just go. If you wish, Monsieur McNeil, my limo waits outside. So where are you be having this meeting anyway, considering Fierro torched your last two clubhouses? The prince has a backup at an old theater that we have been using lately. It shall suffice, especially if he does not know that we are there. At which point the door will open as McNeil starts storming out. So are you gonna like duck into the shadows or just what?
Just stand in front of the door so it kind of hits you.
Like, I was standing.
They're like, it's stuck.
I think I'll be like walking by, make it seem like I wasn't standing there.
Okay, good enough. McNeil just sort of looks you up and down as he passes. Mr. Fortier will bow politely,
I'll reciprocate.
and they will make their way out through the living room and into Mr. Fortier's limo as it pulls away from the curb.
Are you coming back downstairs at all?
Nah, I'm going to sleep.
Oh, humanity, no! Okay.
I'm an elder. I have to go to sleep early.
Oh, having so much power is so tiring. I don't want to do anything. Young people do stuff for me. My bones hurt.
It's how it goes, right?
I was just watching, seeing how long you were gonna go on with that.
Old people. I don't know, Bob. Tell me more. You know about being old.
Are you trying to expose your cleavage?
Yes. No, I was looking at how much white chest hair I have.
Push your tits together.
It's like 80% white hair on my chest.
Anyway, I'm going downstairs.
Alright.
Before that escalates.
Sure, so you return to the living room where the rest of your coterie waits.
Mr. Ash, did you hear anything interesting?
That I did.
Oh. Pray tell.
What are you looking for?
Do you perhaps happen to find out where they're heading?
I believe they mentioned an abandoned theater.
I was there at the
You
meeting.
were?
So,
Now, you don't know 100% that it's the same one, but it's exceptionally likely.
It's the 40s, and it's a lot of abandoned theaters.
I mean, it's also a Toreador town, so there probably are.
You don't know that for fact, but you know that for fact.
I'm like, well, Mr. Ash, would you like a car ride?
Very well.
You should probably take him, and then Betty will drive me.
Okay. Mr. Martino, I'm assuming you'll be coming along with the rest of the coterie?
Yes, I suppose so.
Don't trip and suck on dick.
Was that just Murphy from the background?
No, like he was like, there's a paper in my pocket.
His last memento is hitting I'll go on the...
You'll know when he dies, though, because this ghost is going to come back to that heroin needle packet.
Somewhere,
I like the idea
there's an
that you...
Italian. There's an Italian cursing in Italian.
I like the idea that like he left and like is long gone, and then he realized, oh shit, I don't have my heroin anymore.
I'm like, yeah.
Come back in the middle of the meeting. Guys, just hold on. I need that back.
I can't find another one.
Grabs it, everyone's just staring at him. Walks out, we hear an explosion.
Just like, not our monkey, not our circus anymore.
Like, you see that Murphy Fierro impersonator? he's pretty good, right?
He got the explosion down just right.
Alright. I'll drive you, Jimmy. What are we riding in?
I'm sure McNeil wouldn't mind if we borrowed one of his cars.
Was their tire slashed?
You know, that would be funny because Murphy borrowed one of McNeil's cars when you guys went out into the desert.
No, I converted the cop car that I stole
Okay.
into a different plated and numbered cop car.
Okay, well, I guess you have that then.
That was
it's
popped
still
tires
flat
and
tires.
left out in the desert.
Oh, yeah, well, then you don't have that.
It belonged to the werewolves now.
We're going by camel.
They use it as a soup kitchen.
No.
The dead coyotes probably still do use it though.
Probably piss on it.
Yeah, what I say?
You can grab a car from McNeil's garage if you think it's wise to borrow from an ancient brouhaha without asking, but, you know, whatever. Whatever moves the story along, I guess.
Don't your people ride camels?
Yes. Scheherazad's been through a lot.
Oh, poor little guy.
She needs some time at home with Daddy.
It's a girl. Couldn't you tell? Did you know camel milk does not curdle?
I did not. You learn something every day. All right, get in the car.
Enjoy your time with your new pet.
I hope Scheherazade doesn't get jealous.
They all lick.
Alright, so you guys separated your cars. Is there anything that you wish to discuss on the way there?
I'm probably just going to talk to Carlo Martino if he's ever given serious thought to reprimanding his knowledge of finances.
Hey, if you can,
You just used a lot of large words.
hey, if you can teach me to do
Yeah.
do the money, it's not
You
good.
use a lot of big words. You sound like you know what you're talking about.
I'm willing to teach you if you're willing to help me diversify my assets.
I know what that means, but sounds That'll help you. I'll help you.
Alright, I'm going to start going over the basics of finances with Carlo Martino.
Well, you see, $1 is 4 quarters. Alright, how about you and Betty and while you're driving on the way?
Dead silence.
Yeah, just gonna look out the window.
Like,
Freaking out you're going so fast.
Just- No, it's more just like, I don't know what else to teach her.
What do you want me to do when we get there?
Well, we feel like
Watch and learn. I don't know how experienced you are in things.
Well, I spent quite a bit of time at the range,
No, I too have a gun.
and they also taught me how to use a nightstick pretty well.
I mean, you're a cop. I believe you're trained in hand-to-hand combat.
But she's also a cop in the 40s.
Yeah,
She
well,
would probably be assigned to a desk job.
Hence, believe.
She had to take those classes on her own.
She's still pretty trained.
Yeah, I did give her some melee.
Well, let's just follow Mr. Zant's lead on this. He seems to know what he's doing. I'm just there to make sure things don't get too out of hand. Never again.
So you guys arrive at the theater, and you do indeed see Mr. 48's limo waiting out front, and all else is deathly still. There's one other car there that you can assume belongs to one of the other Primogen. And that's about it. Other than that barren parking lot, again, weeds growing up through every little crack they get, be it through the fence or just lichen coming down the brick walls, the austere brick outside. Windows just moldering over and just browned over with rotten rust and whatever the hell else accumulates on windows, dust.
Spiderwebs.
Well, I'm probably going to park a little bit away from it.
Like, two blocks.
Yeah. I'm going to wait for where I'm assuming they'd be coming from.
Okay, I assume you guys will get there pretty close. So
I'm going to give Jabril the best rundown of the interior that I can from what I remember of my experience being there.
yeah, it's just a standard little theater. It's not a lot.
Then I will take to the Raptors.
Do you need a Phantom of the Opera outfit?
So when you walk in, there is this quaint little lobby, and probably, I don't know, do they have concession stands back then? I'd imagine there's like something small there.
At a theater?
Yeah.
It depends on the theater or
yeah.
what they cater to.
Well, this place is run down and no longer in use, so it probably wasn't super high class.
No.
Burlesque dancing.
Can dancing, whatever they call those performances.
You look around, and all the decorations seem about 20 years out of date. Like, at some point, they were trying to be modern, and they just stopped caring. And the dust that you wade through is just tangible. But you can clearly see the trails of footprints leading through a set of double doors that you can imagine leads to the theater proper. And other than that, it's just moldering, moth-eaten furniture and the vaguest thin shadow of what might have once been.
Very well then. I will activate my quietus.
Okay.
Oh, wrong one.
Are you going to stay in the car with us, Mr. Ash?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, if you guys want
So, Betty, next lesson. Parkour.
How hardcore?
You'll be like, sometimes you try to jump in holes, but the mechanics don't let you keep jumping from ledge to
Sometimes
ledge.
you'll be running around a corner, you'll end up just running up the wall. It happens.
don't worry about it. It's just a bug. They're gonna fix it in the patches.
It's part of the experience, really.
I've heard legends that. Well, I've heard legends that an ancestor was very good at that. I don't know what happened.
I'll follow as best I can.
So, hold right trigger. A to go up. And you just kind of hold that.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
So Betty's going to take to the roof?
I mean, she's going to come with me.
Okay. So you guys, you have your quietus active. And give me a dexterity stealth just so you're not seen.
Both of us?
Mostly Jabril, since I'm assuming he's the one opening the door.
You don't also activate quietus.
I'm in his bubble. If I move that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Holy shit. So you just sort of like slide the barest tips of your finger through and part the double doors. And immediately the booming voice just sort of assaults you. And you push open a little further and you can see 3 or 4 figures actually standing on the stage. There's not much light here, save for just the regular, I suppose, little tiny lights that they would have on like, during an intermission or something.
Yeah.
But you can clearly make out the shapes of Jeremy McNeil and Louis Fortier standing on one side. On the other side, I'm not sure you ever actually met Victor Armitage, but you do see him in his remarkably white suit, if you think back to the last time you met him. Very, very pinched features, these tiny little spectacles clamped to his nose as he just sort of looks down his nose at everything. And standing next to him is somebody you're quite certain you've never met before, but you do recognize the voice as belonging to the Nosferatu primogen, whose name I just had and forgot.
Yay.
Is it also,
Alphonse Albrecht.
I was like, is it also vaguely Middle Eastern?
Not yet.